Hello everyone, my name is Ibrahim and today I will show you my process and how I take a new client from absolute zero to a fully launched campaign through a process I like to call vibe marketing. Now remember, I'm the one that coined this term. I don't know of anyone else who is doing vibe marketing right now, so you've heard it from me, Ibrahim first, and let's get into it. To give some background, I have been in this space for about 8 years. I've started with running dropshipping stores. I've ran my own ecom brands, scaled that to multiple seven figures. And then we also started an agency and we scaled our ecom DTC clients to multiple seven figures. And we also expanded to the medical industry where we're offering them AI solutions and marketing as well. The process across medical, across ecom, across every single niche is always going to be the same. What we're doing is we're utilizing AI to do all the heavy lifting, to figure out all the research, and to do all the writing and the targeting and the marketing and everything for us. All we got to do is just operate it. So this is something that you would pay an agency a 25K per month retainer to have them do this stuff for you. We're going to literally have AI do everything from scratch, from absolute zero. Now, again, if you're running this for a client or you're running this for your own self, or if you're looking to market your vibe coded app, this process is the same. It doesn't change. We've used it across many different industries. And let me show you some examples of people that we've implemented this system on. For example, this is a medspa who's selling 3 different offers. We're running lead form ads for them here. And this service is about $1,000 service. They're getting a $5 cost per lead. This is literally first shot. We haven't even tested ads or audiences. This is, I believe, a $3,000 service. They are getting an $8 cost per lead on that one. And this is, I believe, a $5,000 service, which they're getting a $12 cost per lead on, which is crazy. And in another case is another client who is a hair restoration practice, and they are getting a $16 cost per lead on a $10,000 service, right? I could keep going on for days how we're using this exact same methods to scale our ecom clients. This client, we've got them to 1.3 million over the past year at 1.2 thousand average order value. And this client is also a new brand. They're having an amazing start of the year. It's very, very profitable. It's the same system. They've made $3,000 this year. We're on the 4th day. They were barely hitting $200 a day in the last year. They've scaled multiple times to $1,000 a day, almost the 7% conversion rate. So we're definitely doing something right. And I'll do one more for the love of the game. As you can see, this client, I am ranking them by highest ROAS to lowest ROAS. And as you can tell, some of their campaigns we spent $4,000 on and it generated them $91,000 in sales. I'll refresh this as well so you could see it. And keep in mind, every single one of these clients I've showed you is in a completely different market. They're after completely different audiences and they sell completely different products, right? And this just to showcase that the system really does work, right? They're having a $1,000 AOV with a $60, $70, $170 cost per acquisition. This is very, very profitable. So you would run this every day, all day. And if you're wondering why some of these are off, it's mainly because this is a seasonal product. So winter times, we have to actually turn off our ads and we can only scale in the summers. So we take the winters to nurture and build audiences. And then we spend all summer selling to those audiences. And what I want to do today is I want to take you over our systems and our process and how we do this. How do we get a client and literally have him launched within a week with results like this? And quite frankly, it's not because we're the best marketers in the world. It's not because we know a secret that you don't. It's because the system that we use utilizes the power and speed of AI and the accuracy of AI. And the prompts is just the right instructions for the AI to implement on that. So without further ado, let's jump into it. What I'll do is I'll grab a random product. We're going to start Google together right now and we'll role play that this is a client and then we'll do the whole process and I'll show you how we do everything from research up until we have ad copies all ready to go. We won't be creating images or videos in this video. I will show you the foundation stuff. Then in later videos, I'll show you how you could use this foundation to create on-brand images, on-angle images, not just on-brand, to create videos, to create emails, landing pages, all using AI. This is literally making agencies become obsolete. I have an agency myself, but it's adapt or die, right? I'm thinking let's do it for Magic Spoon. Since everyone knows who Magic Spoon is, they're a famous brand, they've been around for a very long time, and their product is unique. The way we would start it, literally, let's just shop cereal. I want to get to a product page. Now, we simplified it, right? So to give you a quick rundown of what the process would be, we always start with whatever offer URL that we are advertising. We run that through a bunch of different automations. It starts with a GPT extension. The GPT extension then creates answers to a form, which then we manually input those. And the reason we do this process manually is so that we can read the entire document that the first extension came up with, fact check it before we give it to the second automation, which the second automation is a bigger automation that's built on make.com. It is a mixture of ChatGPT, Perplexity, and Anthropic. And each one of them has certain set of prompts, etc. So it goes through that automation and it generates about a 21-page report that is very comprehensive, very detailed about the offer that we're looking to run. Now we feed that research back to the first chat that we had to create the GPT extension, and we start chatting with it there, and that's where we create most of the stuff. Now, the gold in this is literally all in the research, right? So start of the process, we would take the product URL like this one, and then we'll go to the GPT extension. I'll share this with you guys below under the video. All we have to do, and it is prompted that way, is I just paste the link and I click send. And then what it'll start doing now is it will start scraping their website. It will start also searching on Google to find other competitors, and it will write a very, very detailed report. But this is not the main one. This is just the initial report. So this is the pre-research research, right? You want to always have it on thinking. So as you can tell, it's already doing a whole bunch of stuff. If we click this to see the different steps it took, you can tell here. And as we can see, it started with a business snapshot. So company name, type of business, primary locations, headquartered in New York, core category, packaged foods, etc. And then it goes on to the core offers. So the flagship hero offer is the high protein grain-free cereal, as well as the single flavor cereal cases. So that's mainly all they sell. They do have also protein granola and treats and snack bars, but we know that their main offer is the cereal, right? Where they sell it in bundles and they sell it as single flavor cases as well. Now, as we keep going, we see that they have also programs, so Star Discovery. So they have also bundles here and packs. They do have a subscription program as well. And their ideal customer is adults who grew up loving sugary cereals but now care about macros. Low sugar and cleaner ingredients, especially those on keto, low carb and high protein or gluten-free lifestyles and willing to pay premium prices. That makes sense? Now, in terms of the segments, we can see the segment A, age is roughly 25 to 40, mixed gender, US based, middle to upper middle income, comfortable paying $9 to $10 per box. The psychographics is they track micro and they read labels. They look for high protein and low sugar. They're nostalgic about childhood cereal and Saturday morning cartoons, but want to avoid junk food and ultra-processed sugar bombs. Value, convenience, etc. Stage of awareness. Now we know that they are problem and solution aware. Regular cereal is mostly sugar and are actively searching for high protein, low carb breakfast options. Now it does give me also a segment B, which is diet fitness consumers, people who are on a diet, gym goers, dieters, etc. And it gives me also a segment C. Now it gave me the main three segments of who would buy this product. This one is parents and premium pantry households. So people who care about their kids and they care about that premium ingredients in their cabinets. Now, in terms of the unique value proposition, childlike cereal for grown-ups, that's an amazing positioning. High protein, low carb, and I believe that's what Magic Spoon has found their positioning as. This company has actually struggled for 4 years before they found their winning angle, and I'm assuming this is their winning unique value proposition since this is the first thing ChatGPT caught on. High protein, low carb macro profile versus regular cereal, keto friendly and gluten free, nostalgic premium visual branding. Now, funnel messaging and style, funnel conversion path, users land on homepage or product pages, Add click to cart. Tone of voice is playful, nostalgic, but benefits driven. So now it caught that as well. Observations and golden nuggets. Childlike cereal for grown-ups, high protein, keto friendly, gluten free. Social proof and authority. Homepage features quotes from Olympians, nutrition experts. Pricing insight, variety pack boxes at $54, discounted for $59. I don't know. So now with all of this, it's like phase one is complete. Please review and let me know if you're ready for phase two. I will say sounds good. So yes, please proceed. And then now what it will start doing is it will start generating answers to a specific Google form that I had given it the structure of. And this Google form is basically going to trigger our main agent to do the main research, which then we would feed back to this chat, and then we would start chatting with it and coming up with different targeting, angles, copy, and even prompts for image generation to match that ad copy. So let me open up that Google form quickly. Okay, I've opened the Google form. Let's go back and copy these answers. And then we'll go back here and we'll start just filling out this Google form. Now, I'm not really going to use the different segments just because. Same thing with the alternative flagship offer. We'll take this, move it here. So that's describe your main offer. And then the three competitors. So typically what I would do is I would check each one of these competitors to make sure that we're getting it right and we're not looking at the wrong people. I'm just going to skip that part. And they are e-commerce. And then the last thing is the company name. Now, typically I would also look over the answers before I submit it. Now, after we submit this form, I will go in manually and trigger the agent to start working on the research. So now we're in Make, and all we got to do is just run it once. And let me just double check that it did get the right one. That's perfect. So magic spoon. Now we'll let it just run through this automation. It'll take about 10 minutes to run through this. Again, it's built on Perplexity, ChatGPT, and Anthropic, and it goes back and forth between them. Now, if you want this specific market research, you could find a link below where you could grab this exact research and along with the videos on how to set it up and have it for yourself, so you could run it for your own offers or even run it for clients. So it's a pretty comprehensive report. It has a lot of valuable information that would help us later on create some on-point marketing campaigns, find exact ICPs that we want to target, etc. So it look at things like market segmentation. Some of my favorite sections, as you can see, all these market challenges, demographic targeting, and emotional resonance, as you can see over here. So brands using nostalgic packaging have seen a 16% sales lift. Market challenges, market opportunities, emerging technologies. Man, this thing just covers a whole bunch of stuff. Audience and consumer behavior report. So it goes on the different, the primary consumer segment, health conscious adults aged 25 to 44, income level middle or to upper income, $75,000 plus household income, college educated, and then it goes on to the psychographics and core motivations. So health consciousness, macro tracking, lifestyle integration, food choices as expression of identity, emotional triggers. It goes on behavioral patterns and decision journey, so how they make decisions, competitive analysis, psychographic and neuromarketing, deep dive, compliance check, long-term, short-term goals, and direct response. So with all of this, we pretty much take it back to ChatGPT, and then all I gotta do is drag it over here, and then now I will say to it, here is the market research that we generated. I want you to go over it, analyze it, and we want to prepare our launch on Meta. So we will be running Meta campaigns for top of funnel, middle funnel, and bottom of funnel. Now, what I want to do is I want you first to analyze this research, and with everything that we know, I want to list the different segments and angles that we should target and go after first. And then once we analyze it and create those segments, we'll go ahead and create the different ad copies. It finished, and now let's go over it. So Cool, let's turn this research into something meta ready. I'll do two things: summarize the key audience structure, turn that into segments plus angles, which should prioritize for top of funnel. Big picture, priority audience, segment 1, macro maximizers, protein flex, macro made easy. Segment 2, nostalgic healthies. Segment 3, program dieters, GLP-1, that's a good audience. Premium pantry parents, convenience driven healthy, busy bees. Overlay behavior mindset as seen on trusted by UGC style, read customer strong pantry unboxing what I eat in a day. Overlay deal scarcity limited flavors. What we should prioritize first on Meta priority cluster. 1. Macro maximizers, nostalgic healthies, dieters, and premium pantry. When you're ready, turn these segments. So let's focus on one segment, the main segment first, and let's also create meta top of funnel ad copies and the different ads and angles that we want to cater to that segment. And then once that looks good, we'll go ahead and create the prompts for Google Nano Banana so that we can create the images that would go with these angles. So what you're doing here is you're giving it the research back, you're telling it to go over that research and analyze it and confirm everything we have here. And then now it's creating that main segment. So the macro maximizers, which are like health nerds or core fitness people. The core pain, sick of boring or chalky protein options, that is a really good angle. Another one is knows normal cereal is a sugar bomb, wants high protein, low sugar meals that don't require cooking or thinking. Desires, hit protein goals faster, eat something that feels like a treat, food that matches their identity. And then angles for that segment. So the angle 1, protein flex, you're eating cereal with more protein than most people get from their whole breakfast. That's the core message. The second angle, macro made easy, stop wasting willpower on breakfast, pour a bowl and know your macros are solid. Angle 3, replace bars and shakes, same protein goals but way more enjoyable than another bar or shake. Angle 4, all day protein snack. This isn't kids cereal. This is your 10 p.m. post workout between meetings protein hack. So the 3 meta ad copies. So the top of funnel, this is the first angle. You're hitting your protein goals, tracking your macros, and then starting the day with a bowl that's basically sugar. Magic spoon flips that. Each bowl packs serious protein and 0 gram sugar, so breakfast stops being your weak link and starts actually supporting your goals. The second one here, most cereal, 2-3 grams protein and a sugar crash, your cereal. So that's a backup variation. I don't know what that means, but top of funnel real script, give me some scripts as well. And then it goes into the second angle. Perfect. So you have ready to go ad copies. Can you help me also with that segment? Give me targeting recommendations for Meta so that when I'm setting it up on Meta, we're doing the targeting. And then for each one of those angles, we want to generate one image that complements that angle. So write me a prompt for Google Nano Banana to create those images for me. And let's make sure that they are lifestyle images. So it jumped into it right away. I'll do meta targeting recommendations, image prompt for each angle. So fitness macro conscious adults, 25 to 40 in the US, who care about protein, gym, nutrition, and healthy snacks. So these are the interest targeting that you would use in Meta. You wouldn't find, not because this is just ChatGPT, it's not connected to Meta backend to like APIs. It's not getting them 100% accurate. So like when you go to search them up on Meta, you might find protein and gym and nutrition, but you might not find healthy snacks or something like that, right? So take it with a grain of salt, but it should put you in the right direction onto where you want to go and the stuff that you want to be searching for. In this case, so it's a purchase campaign and it has the targeting here. Detailed targeting, interest stack, so it'll give you an interest stack to search up for on Meta. Majority of these, from what I know, are on Meta actually, so but they're general as well. Nutrition and macros. So another interest stack. This is for your audience testing, right? So it gave us multiple audiences: a fitness and training audience, nutrition and macros audience, protein products, and then this is the competitor category or lookalikes. Cool. So Moving on, this is a bottom of funnel retargeting and an image prompts. Angle 1 has a protein flex. So create a bright modern lifestyle photo of a fit young adult, late 20s, gender neutral, can be either male or female, sitting in a cozy kitchen. I'm not going to read this. I'm just going to copy this and let's jump into Google Nano Banana and see what this comes up with. So let's go to Studio. Now we are in Nano Banana and I'm just going to paste this. Now, typically what you want to do also is you want to attach reference images. So mainly what I'll say is, go back here. Let me just do that quickly. So add in the prompt that we're going to be attaching reference images of the product. We want it to use the reference image of the product and not change the product at all, but layer it into the images that it is creating. And this way we include in the prompt so that we're able to attach images of the product so that Google can get it correctly, right? So let me push this one first, and then we'll push another one with a reference image so that we can compare how both looks. And then I'll jump back to ChatGPT and see if it created that. Super important detail, whenever I treat products sacred, reference image. So let's just copy that same first angle, jump back to Nano Banana. It should have finished the other image by now. Oh, well, it did get the picture of the product without us really submitting it. And this is easily editable, if you know, but it also got it 16 by 9. We can give it prompts for what we want it to be. We can even ask it, can you turn it to a 9 by 16? So can you turn it, oh my God, what has happened? Can you turn it to a 9 by 16 image? And then it should be able to do that. Now, regardless, I'm just gonna paste this new prompt that we have and then grab the product image from here. Hopefully it takes it. It did not take it. Okay, let me see what I can do. Jump back in there, copy the image, and then paste it here. Hopefully this works. Perfect. So it worked. And this did turn it to a 9 by 16. So that's good to see. Again, this is easily editable. You could put it in Canva and do the magic grab, and you could replace it with another box. But because it's a big brand, it got the box right. Now, I don't know the box from the back of my hand, so I don't know if it got every detail right. But we're going to see now what it will do with this Cocoa box. So let me run it here. And again, if we want to change the model, we do it in the prompt. We let it know, hey, make sure the model matches the demographic that we're after, right? So details like that, you want to make sure you deal with, right? So please make sure that the model matches whatever it is, the angle that we're going after and the avatar that we're going after. So we'll send that. And then while that creates, we'll go back to here and see what has happened. Cool, so the image is supposed to have normal serial. I guess in the prompt, that's on me for not reading the prompt, but it did get it right. It seems like the other one wasn't correct, but because there's 3 here, the other one had 2, but it does seem correct. And this is an amazing image that you would use to run ads, right? Not sure what's in his bowl, but I guess that works. And he's smiling and looking at the box. So that's good to see. I don't remember the last time I smiled at a cereal box, but he's smiling. So now here, use the attached reference image of Magic Spoon cereal box, create bright modern lifestyle of a fit millennial gym goer. Nice. So now it added that demographic in there. Let me go back and add that in here. And let me also get the image of the product. This time, let's change it to fruity. Let's see, is it going to get this one correctly? I mean, it did get the other one correctly, and it got the first one somewhat correctly, since we didn't even give it a reference image to use, right? So let's go back in here, paste the image, and send it. Now, as you can imagine, you could go back to ChatGPT. You would also tell it to create you ideas for video ads, and you could use any video ad generation software. You could have ChatGPT walk you through each scene and have the prompt ready for each scene. Honestly, the possibilities are endless to what you could do with this. You could even chat with ChatGPT and have it create you a PRD so that you can use it to create your website on a software like Lovable or Bolt or Replit or something, right? So based on the angle, based on the research, based on what's working, based on the segment that you're going after, you could literally have ChatGPT write that PRD. And as we can see, this image is looking pretty good. I honestly wouldn't tell that it's a fake image, so it would pass in my books, and it did get the new product correctly, so that's looking good. Now we have the ad copies and the images ready, and if we want to have this thing prepare us different ideas of landing pages, we would say something along the lines of, okay, so now it's looking all good. We're gonna go with angle number 1 for now, so I'm just gonna say that for now. And what we're gonna do is we created some images and ad copies for meta and the targeting, so we got that nailed down. Now what I need your help with is creating the PRD. So I wanna create a landing page for this offer, for this product. The landing page should be an advertorial selling this product. So I want to bridge the gap between the ads and before pitching the product to the people. So I want a bridge page between the ad and the product direct page. So let's first plan out a PRD for an advertorial for angle 1 for that segment. And then once we plan that out, we'll write the final PRD that I could then feed into Lovable and have it create this advertorial page for me. And we're utilizing the same chat that has the initial research, right? As you can tell, we're still in that GPT extension, but we're utilizing the same chat that has that initial research. It has all the brainstorming that we did, the market research that we did, all the analyzing that we did. This is where all the gold is, and this is where the factory of things are, right? It used to be in Excel sheets and different files and documents where we're tracking the voice of customer data and research and this and that, and we're writing many different materials. But right now it lives in a chat, right? So if you have Spoon as a client, then this would be the factory of all content. This is the factory of emails, of SMS campaigns, marketing campaigns, etc. It would all live in here, and we would take it on from here. So even at the end, I'll give you guys one amazing tip once we're done with this. But as you can see, it started to write the PRD. It's coming together really well since you're locking in on angle 1. The narratives are hook and call out, you track macros, expose the problem, connect to their identity, introduce solution, prove it. That's a really good structure for an advertorial. Final PRD, advertorial 1, page, target audience, section 1, section 2, section 3, section 4. I'm not going to read this. So this is all looking good. I want you now to finalize the PRD and give me a final PRD to feed into Lovable so that it can create this from the first shot without any mistakes and make it also easy for me to copy paste it and also write it in markdown format. So in markdown format, that's how AI loves to read stuff. So from AI to AI, right? We just make them do the prompting in the languages that they care about. So this is the final PRD. Summary goal: create a high converting advertorial landing page for Magic Spoon that turns paid social traffic from fitness manager into buyers of the variety pack. Core angle, page type and objective. Okay, primary CTA, try the variety pack. Target audience, psychographics. Traffic source and message match, paid ads meta. Example ad hooks, giving it example ad hooks so that we can stay congruent. And then it gave for each section exactly what we need in that section. Honestly, this is looking pretty good. I'm not gonna go over it, but typically you would take this, copy it as is, and you would go into Lovable, put it on planning, put it on thinking. So don't have it start creating right off the bat. Give it this PRD and it'll start creating your pages for you. Now we have the PRD, we have the ad copy, we have the images, we know the targeting, we know who we want to go after, and we did this all in probably an hour or less, right? I went from not knowing anything about this brand to knowing exactly who it is that we're going to go after, what are we going to say to them, what is appealing to them, what is the market doing, what is the advantage or the unique value proposition of this brand, this product specifically, how it's appealing to the market, all in literally under 1 hour. You guys don't understand, this process used to take months between research and drafting and planning and testing things and going back to the research process and testing again to really find what's working and what's not working. This is how we're doing it now to get $5 cost per lead and to scale brands to multiple 7 figures in e-commerce, right? So it's working across many different niches. As you can tell, it's the foundation, it's the system, and the system is very deep research. And based on this research, then we come up with angles, personas, ad copies, hooks, etc. to go after. And with the use of AI, we're able to accelerate this 1,000 times, where now I'm doing the job of 30 people just by myself, and we're able to create ads, visuals, images, and videos, emails, ad copies, etc. Right? Now, if I want to create emails from here, what I would say is prepare me a PRD for an email to be created in HTML code, because majority of email service providers or majority of email platforms like Klaviyo and MailChimp, they'll take it in HTML. You could have it create the PRD and you can take it to Claude, and Claude would then create the emails for you. Now, if you guys found some value in this video, then I would appreciate a subscribe, and I'll definitely drop more videos. We have a lot more ideas coming, so let me know below, what do you guys want to see as the next video? I had initially 2 ideas. We could go much deeper onto how we create on-brand emails, and I'll show you our process between ChatGPT, Claude, and how we turn that into nicely branded designed emails. Or I could go on to how we plug in our Claude through MCP to Google Ads, Facebook Ads, Google Analytics, and Shopify, so that we can chat with the data, and I'll show you how we generate reports that the only elite agencies used to generate for their clients. We're generating them in a snap of a finger, and these reports, they deeply analyze the business, and they give such a different perspective on things, where if something is not working, you're able to diagnose it right away and figure out why it's not working. So let me know below which next video you guys would like to see. If you want to grab the research agent that is on Make that I showed, there's a link below. You can grab it there. In there, we show you exactly how to set it up for your business. With the Make automation, we give you an entire copy that you can literally import it into your Make, and it takes you about 10 to 15 minutes to just connect your accounts, and you can run this for yourself or your clients and have an insane advantage over anyone else that is running ads against you. Again, thank you for watching. This was Vibe Marketing 101 lesson number 1, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.